Today's job is to tackle the cooling system. I'm going to replace the water pump and the thermostat and the sensor and this pipe here that you can't quite see. There's an original piece of piping there that's kind of metal, that's part of the cooling system. But if I go along a bit, you'll see that it sort of stops here and it starts joined to this weird kind of homemade T-piece, which is definitely not supposed to be there. I bought the new pipe that's supposed to actually be there, so I need to now disconnect all this gubbins, put my nice new shiny pipe in place, and replace this rather crusty and disgusting join here. Let's get cracking. So, first job on the cooling system is to remove the old radiator. I've taken the bottom hose off. There's surprisingly more water in the engine than I thought, actually. Maybe the radiator isn't quite as badly leaking as I initially thought. That is the inside of that. I think it's time to get it off the car and give it a really good clean. Fizzy. Just undone these Jubilee clips on this kind of bit of homemade pipe. So this is the heater pipe here that comes through the bulkhead, I think. It's even more bizarre because they've used a bit of household copper piping as the insert there to keep it from collapsing. Okay then. Loosened this kind of Frankenstein thing off, so let's pull it off. Oh, there we go. Ah, yes, okay. So now you can see the factory pipe was clearly rusted through or something like that, so they've cut it off and put that kind of monstrosity in place of it. Lovely. Okay, the cooling pipe I have now taken out from the bottom of my engine, or the front of my engine. You can see that is an absolutely disgusting looking join, but you can also see that it is clearly missing the last section of it. So this is my nice new Ford original parts one, so I'm going to fit that. But before I do that, I think I will sadly have to lose these lovely Ford stickers and paint it so that it doesn't end up rusting like that one has. Okay, I've got my little pipe hanging in the shed and I'm going to give it a bit of paint with this satin black. That's the first coat done. I'll let it dry. I do another one or two. Let's get on with the water pump now. Well, it is now a couple of days later and I had to stop working on the coolant system of the car because I ran into a little bit of a problem. Undoing the water pump, this is bolt number 1, perfect, although very rusty. This is bolt number 2. It's a touch shorter than bolt number 1, isn't it? Help. So yeah, bolt number 2, which is the one that's, oh, you can't really see, it's down there anyway, has snapped off, probably into the engine block. As you can see, there is absolutely no access to the water pump in a kind of horizontal position to be able to get drill that out, helicoil it or anything like that. So I think it might have to be engine out job. Oh God, I was not expecting that. I've never done it before, so in that respect it'll be quite useful for me to learn the new skill of being able to take an engine out. It also will mean that we can properly kind of get at everything on the engine, renew any seals that seem perished, paint it properly, probably do the clutch because it's out with the gearbox, may as well do the clutch. So it's a good opportunity in some respects, but oh my gosh, it's a mountain more work than I was really expecting to have to do to this car. To cheer me up though, let's do a couple of very minor cosmetic jobs. So the wiper cover is missing there. Here are some nice new ones. Let's replace it. Yeah, without snapping please. Oh, very sexy. I think that wiper arm now needs a bit of paint though. Kind of shows it up. The one on the rear is also missing, so let's get one put in place there as well. Oh, there we go, that looks a lot better. Viewers for the previous couple of videos will be pleased to know that I have now purchased the correct gasket for the driver's door mirror. So I can remove my little bit of squashed out pipe and put the correct gasket in place. Not sure if I'll do it now, but I'll get to it at some point. My friend Oliver's been here over the weekend and he has been busy shining up the car. He's given a good wash, polish, T-cut. Certainly looks a lot better, particularly where the old stripes were. There was a lot of residue, so he's managed to take that away. All looks really good. Obviously this bit here all needs to be touched up in white, but we'll get to that at some stage. He's also very kindly shined up my exhaust tip as well. Looks a lot more stock now. He's even shined up the Fiesta 1.1L badge, so it now looks a little bit better than it did before. I've taken the carpet down from under the steering wheel and I have found the relay for the hazard warning lights, which kind of goes there. It's a third relay that goes on there. I'm taking it off so I can get the part number off it, and I will order up a new one because I think that must be what is not working for the hazards, which is why only one side works. Last job for today is I'm going to go and deal with a radiator issue, which I shall explain. This is the original radiator out of the car. As you can see, it's very rusty and has leaked, and I've tried to putty it, but it hasn't worked in any way, shape or form. One side, you'll see there's a tank with a outlet on the top. The other side, there's a tank with an outlet on the bottom, and then the little nubbin for the expansion tank and the radiator cap. Now the new radiator I've got certainly is exactly the same on the right hand side. We've got a nice tank there with a outlet at the top. However, the other side is exactly the same as that one. Essentially, it's rotationally, symmetrically exactly the same. We've got an outlet at the bottom, which is fine, but it's missing the little outlet for the expansion tank and the radiator cap, as you can see. Now the reason for this is that one there is actually a Mark II Fiesta radiator. That one's for a Mark 1. The Mark II has the expansion tank in a different location and has the expansion cap on that instead of on the radiator. Why did I buy a Mark II radiator? Well, I didn't realise it was a Mark II radiator. When I put my number plate in and all of the Mark 1 Fiestas into the various motor factors, etc., what comes up is that radiator. I think that somebody somewhere has worked out that incorrectly that a Mark 1 and Mark II radiator are exactly the same, and so they've just deleted stocking the Mark 1s everywhere and stopped making them, and just Mark II one does for everything. But that's not the case. Mark 1 radiators are not available anywhere other than kind of aluminium-y ones, which I don't really like the look of. It makes it look like it's kind of a racy car, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to pop down to my local radiator shop and I will go and see if they are able to do something with these two radiators so that I get a non-leaky Mark 1 Fiesta radiator. So let's load them into the Astra and get going. Okay, well, I have dropped off the radiators at Anglia Radiators, and they said that they should be able to recore my original radiator with the Mark II radiator centred bit that I bought. So that's really good news, and it should cost about £35, and I can pick it up next week. So that's, I suppose, a little high to end this video on. Hope you've enjoyed it. A little bit of progress on the cheeky little Mark 1 Fiesta. It's definitely looking better. It's getting there very slowly, but yeah, there's a lot of work up ahead. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you subscribe if you enjoy it and you want to see a bit more. Take care, bye.